YouTube, I'm the Media Preacher, and I'm currently recording an EP or an album that I'm trying to put together, comprised basically of old songs, and I've recorded the songs in various different ways across a few previous videos. Today I'm recording a song called Higher Plane, which is effectively an acoustic song, but I want to include some Hammond B3 organ on this. Now previously I have used the Hammond B3 organ that's included in Logic and GarageBand as a free plugin, which I think is very, very good. But today I'm taking it up a step and I'm going to use IK Multimedia Hammond B3. And I think this is the Hammond emulation that is effectively endorsed by Hammond, so it should be really the best one. Now, I'm not sponsored by them. I haven't been paid to do this video in any way. It's something I'm doing out of my own pocket. Without further ado, let's get into Logic, let's get into the track, and let's see what sounds we can come up with. So here we are in Logic, and I've got the Hammond B3X by IK Multimedia pulled up as a plugin on this session for this song called Higher Plane. Now the song is basically an acoustic guitar song. That's the main body of the song. And what I'm looking to do with the Hammond is to add some colour in various sections. So I don't want it playing throughout the entirety of the song. It'll start just with the acoustic guitar, the bass and the vocal. But then say when the second verse comes in, I want to start augmenting what's already there. What I love about the Hammond organ is the percussive element to it. So the plan is, on the first verse, I think I'm going to do something that's quite percussive. Something like that just helps to drive the song slightly. And that's how I'll introduce it. I think then when the first chorus comes in, I want the Hammond organ to sort of lift the song to a slightly different place. So I'm going to do something very simple. When the first, the plan at the moment, I think, is when the first chorus comes in, I'm going to do one of these swells, and then hold the root note of that chord, which is an E. Go down to the D, the E, and then back down again to the D. C this time. What I would say is I'm using the M Audio Key Station 61, which I reviewed in a previous video. I'll leave a link to that. Fantastic for this sort of thing. It's fantastic actually for doing the organ, because unlike a fully weighted 88 key to digital piano, which can be quite hard to do all this sort of thing with because it's weighted, this is semi-weighted, so it does have some weight to the keys, but it doesn't give me really any resistance, so I can really do these little swells up and down the keyboard to various notes that I want. I'm just listening to the quality of this instrument. I'm not doing a huge amount to it at the moment. At the moment, I've got it pulled up in its default position. Then I've had a little bit of a mess with the drawbars. As you can see, I've pulled the first 4 drawbars for the upper part of the keyboard completely out. Then I've pushed all the other drawbars back. And then I've got Leslie amplification in the cab. And I've got, you can mess with all these settings. I don't really understand what they do, but this is pretty much default as it comes out of the box. You can change the Leslie cabinet as you go through it, which gives you a slightly different tone. I'm thrilled with the way it sounds straight out of the box, to be fair. I mean, that's all I've done is I've loaded it up, I've pulled it onto a track, and then I started playing with it, and it just sounds incredible. I was using the Logic Hammond sound, which is really good and really, really usable. It comes free with Logic, it comes free with GarageBand. So if you've got GarageBand, you've already got the Logic organ, which is very, very good. But I felt that it sits better back in the mix, so just as some support. Whereas with this song, I really want the Hammond sound to be up front. I want it to be very in your face. I want it to be a big part of the arrangement. And using the Logic on this, I just felt that the Logic instrument had a slightly digital sound to it. It sounded a little bit synthetic to my ear when it was pushed further forward in the mix. Whereas this instrument has a very sort of organic, almost wooden tone to it that you're not getting in the free plugin from GarageBand. That's not to say the free plugin's not good. It is. I've used it quite a few times. But this is so much better. It just has an extra shimmer to it, an extra shine to it, that is making me want to go back to some of my other recordings, constantly tinkering, I know, but go back and maybe replace the Logic plugin with this one, because it just sounds so much more natural. They're my first thoughts about it. I'm thinking then I'm going to come in with something. So if I've done like a percussion thing when I first introduce it, the idea then is to develop the way the Hammond plays against the guitar. So I'm not just playing the same thing over and over again. I'm trying to add interest and excitement to the arrangement. So I'm thinking that the next time I play it, I'm going to start playing something quite melodic, maybe something like... Then go back into the percussive thing. That could work. I love the sustain on it as well. I mean, if I just take that, and I go in, and I change the cab sound. You ready? It's a higher sound with the white one. That's more of an organ sound, like a church sound. Oh, that's spooky. I actually quite like the first one. I quite like it out the box. I mean, it's obviously been set up out the box to sound really, really good, and it sounds really, really good. And the other thing I'd say about it as well is it has, if you go up to this section here, it has lots and lots of presets. So you can sound like Booker T on one of them, it'll sound like a church organ on another, it'll sound like a jazzy type sound or a gospely sound. I mean, I'm getting quite a gospely sound off this preset, to be fair, as it is. But this is, I think, how I'm going to use the instrument today, because I think it fits quite nicely with the rest of the arrangement as it is. If I come in.
One.
Here we go.
Where
so
am
I've got
I
this.
Going? Who do I wanna be? Where do I fit in the grand scheme of things? Across the Atlantic, destiny waits. The smell of New York City is driving me insane.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I got...
So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to record this song called Higher Plane. It's actually kind of a coming-of-age type song. It's me when I was probably 19 years old, questioning who I was going to be, what I was going to do. And it's the weird thing, you know, recording it now, because I'm looking back at who I was then, and I have answers to a lot of the questions that I was asking then. And I'm remembering a lot of the aspirations that I had. So it's really quite an emotional thing to go back to the song and to re-record it like this so many years later, being so much older. But that's the whole point of this EP. I am kind of trying to rediscover old songs and record them in a more modern way now that I have the experience of recording over all these years. So hopefully you have found this helpful. Hopefully you can tell me what you use in the comments in terms of organ sounds on your recordings and on your demos, and make any recommendations that you think are good. I actually think this is fantastic, and part of the reason that I chose this particular plugin is because I think it's actually sponsored by Hammond. They've actually put their name on it, so that again was kind of a flag that this must be one of the better emulations for Hammond B3 organ. And to be honest, I think it's the best. I thought the Logic one was very good, but this kind of smashes the Logic one completely out of the park. So anyway, I'm going to now play the song with the recording on it. Tell me what you think of the sound of the Hammond in the recording. I think it sounds absolutely awesome, and I'm looking forward to you letting me know what you think in the comments. The song is called Higher Plane. It's from an EP called The Boy Doesn't Learn. I'm releasing one song every week. This week's song is obviously Higher Plane. Please check it out on all the streaming platforms. Please like the video, give me a comment, and let me know what you think. And I'll see you next week for another song. Take care. Bye-bye.
One. Where am I going? Who do I wanna be? Where do I fit in the grand scheme of things? Across the Atlantic, destiny waits. The smell of New York City is driving me insane. And I got dreams they come true. But for right now, I'm too frightened to pursue. And I don't know why things fall apart, but I know that leaves room to build, leaves room to start. Gotta keep chasing my dreams to find my higher plane. Gotta keep pursuing my mind, land on my feet once again. And the only help I need is buried inside of me. Can I find the confidence needed to succeed? Is my crime unique? Will I disappoint? Do I have what it takes to fill my void? Can I predict a fortune? Have the courage to make a stand? Roll the dice and play the game. The payoff's in the demand. Gotta keep chasing my dream to find my higher plane. Gotta keep pursuing my mind, land on my feet once again. And the only help I need is buried inside of me. Can I find the confidence needed to succeed? Is there something missing, a calling I can't find? The answers in my dreams, dancing around my mind. So when the contract's fulfilled, security and peace of mind, now I'm bound for the future, but to taste my life. So I gotta keep chasing my dreams to find my higher plane. Gotta keep pursuing my mind, land on my feet once again. And the only help I need is buried inside of me. Can I find the confidence needed to succeed?